This is news now. Here are some stories we are tracking at this hour. I am Margaret Opera. There were fears that several security operatives might have been killed late on Tuesday after bandits attacked the convoy of Colonel Samalia Yombe Dambai, retired, the deputy governor of Kebbi State. The deputy governor was attacked on his way back from Danko Wagashu local government area of the state, where he visited some communities raided by bandits a few days ago. While confirming the incident, the special advisor to the Deputy Governor Abdullahi Musa said his principal's convoy was attacked in Kanya village after visiting some communities around the local government. An assessment of the structure and logistics for military operatives in the area was part of the itinerary for the trip. Though he could not confirm the numbers of security operatives killed during the assault, the media aide said once the casualty figures are confirmed, the press would be able to access the data. The Senate has thrown out the request of President Muhammadu Buhari for amendment of the Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act, which prevents appointed political office holders from contesting for election without party primary level without resigning. The request was rejected after the Senate leader, Senator Yahaya Abdullahi, APC Kebbi North, made the lead debate for the second reading of the bill on Wednesday. The senators kicked against it and voted no when put to vote by the Senate President Ahmad Lawan. President Buhari last week wrote to the Senate seeking an amendment of Section 84, subsection 2, 12 of the 2021 Electoral Act. Specifically, President Buhari asked the National Assembly to amend Section 84, subsection 12, which states that no political appointee shall be voting delegate or be voted for at the convention or congress of any political party for the purpose of nomination of any candidate for an election. In the letter, he said the amendment is necessary as the clause constitutes a fundamental defect and leads to the disenfranchisement of political office holders. In its view, the section disenfranchises 7 political office holders from voting or being voted for at conventions or congresses for any political party for the purpose of the nomination of candidate for any election in cases where it holds earlier than 30 days to the national election. The Federal High Court in Abuja, in a ruling on Monday, March 7, stopped President Buhari, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and the Senate President Ahmad Lawan from tampering with the newly signed Amendment Electoral Act 2022. Now, 7 officers of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, were injured and one of the agency's vehicles damaged in a face-off with some thugs during the arrest of a notorious Taraba drug dealer, Micha Godwin. In a statement on Wednesday by the Anti-Narcotics Agency spokesman Femi Babafemi, said the operatives of NDLEA were at the Nukai Market along Jalingo-Wukari Road in the Taraba State capital, Jalingo, to arrest Micha Godwin, during which the anti-narcotic officer came under attack, and at least 7 of them were injured and one of their vehicles damaged. Babafemi said despite the attack, the officers managed to arrest their target after recovering some quantities of illicit drug from the suspects and thereafter retreated to take the wounded to the hospital for treatment. Away from that, 2 teenage boys have been apprehended by the Edo State Police Command for the gruesome murder of an 8-year-old Bamimore Abdul Rahim in the Saki area of the state. The suspects were, according to security agents, are 23-year-old Abdul Razak Waliyu and 18-year-old Abdul Razak Lilas were accused of kidnapping and poisoning to death their 8-year-old victim.
On Friday, the day that this thing happened, we go to feed. We go and find mango to eat, and me and my brother, we have. It is him tell me that we kidnap any person we see on that day, and if we kidnap it, we collect ransom from his parents. Tell the boy that is he know him? Say that no. Tell him that is he know me also? He say that yes, he know him, he know me, and I call him that don't let us do anything to this guy. Let us leave him. So he said that if you leave him, he will go and tell his parents that we go and tell the parent that we kidnap him. He said that let us kill him.
Now, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Waziri Damboa has warned marauders and their collaborators to stay away from the state or face the full wrath of the law once apprehended. Tambuwa will cut short an official trip midnight Tuesday to address the reported influx of suspected bandits and their informants into the village of Sabongari Liman in Warno local government area of the state. Said its administration, with the assistance of security agencies and the federal government, will not allow criminals to roll back the gains being made to stem the tide of their nefarious activities. In a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Damboa said the state government is not aware of what is happening in the village, where bandits, both from within and outside the country, are taking refuge. He appealed to the law-abiding people in the community to collaborate with the village head, other leaders and security agencies in the state. Now, the caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, CECPC, of the ruling All Progressive Congress is to hold an emergency National Executive Committee meeting on March 17, 2022. The NEC, which is the highest decision-making organ of the party, last met on December 8, 2020. Notice of invitation for the meeting, which will be through virtual, was signed by 9 out of 12 members of the caretaker committee. And also the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayomi, has restated the commitment of his administration to relentlessly wage war against the female genital mutilation practice in the state. The governor also assured that all the government is mapping out strategies for Ekiti to rank high in the West African Examinations Council results in 2022, saying over 70% of students made 5 credits, including English and mathematics, in the last result. Fayomi spoke in Edo Ekiti, which Hesse Health Initiative presented prizes to 5 students who came top in the Stop FGM AC competition held in Oyo, Ekiti and Osun states to increase the awareness of the negative implications of the practice. The Executive Director, Haiti Health Initiative, Rhoda Robinson, said the program was initiated to educate students in Ekiti, Oyo and Osun states on the issues surrounding female genital mutilation, their rights and the laws prohibiting it. The Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, has commenced building the capacity of stakeholders on protecting the rights of women, children and other vulnerable groups in Nigeria. The 3-day workshop organized by the Permanent Mission of Nigeria to ECOWAS Commission aimed at building the capacity of multi-stakeholders, senior government officials in charge of international human rights law, gender-based violence, trafficking in person, media, as well as representatives of civil society groups and other non-state actors. At the end of the workshop, the participants are expected to present their views on relation to the implementation of ECOWAS text for the elimination of gender-based violence and trafficking in persons, as well as promotion of child rights and the enhancement of international humanitarian laws. Now, the Federal High Court in Abuja will on March 23 commence hearing in the extradition request of the federal government against the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari. Kyari, who was arraigned last Monday, is wanted in the United States of America over his alleged involvement in fraud running to billions of dollars. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice had last week hinted that the federal government had already filed an application for Kyari's extradition to answer to fraud charges in the U.S. The application was filed under the Extradition Act as part of Nigerian's government approval for the request of the U.S. for Kyari's extradition. To suspend the discipline count, one was accused of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in violation of the Title 18 United States Code Sections 13492. Now, the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, has suspended its Lagos State Chapter's chairman, Musilu Akinsanyo, popularly called or known as MC Oluomo, indefinitely over alleged misconduct, insubordination and inciting members of the state chapter against the apex body. The new developments may be connected to a protest staged by MC Oluomo supporters, during which they accused the union's national leadership of unnecessarily interfering in the state affairs. NURTW has also directed MC Oluomo to immediately hand over the mantle of leadership to his deputy chairman and release all property belonging to the transport body in his possession to the state secretary. It's alleged that the decision to place MC Oluomo on indefinite suspension was to prevent any breakdown of law and order after it came to its notice that he was already inciting members against the union, an act that is completely against NURTW's constitution. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, has charged troops of 6th Division Nigerian Army to increase operational activities against economic saboteurs in the area of responsibility, AOR. Yahaya gave the charge while inaugurating a block of 30 units of one-bedroom flat accommodation for soldiers at Camp Takor, Buratai Barracks, Yenegua on Wednesday. This is contained in a statement by the Director of Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Onyema Wachuku, on Wednesday in Abuja. The COAS said that the activities of oil thieves and illegal bunkering in the region were bleeding the nation's economy. He urged troops to eradicate oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the AOR to create an enabling environment for legitimate economic activities to thrive. And also, the federal government says it is still waiting for the Academic Staff Union of Universities to upgrade and return to its Universities Transparency Accountability Solution, UTAS, which was said to have failed the integrity test. ASU embarked on a one-month warning strike on February 14 to press home their demands involving about 1.3 trillion naira. The union also wants the federal government to adopt the UTS payment platform to replace the Integrated Personnel and Payment Information System, IPPIS. The Director General of the National Information Technology Development, NITDA, Mr. Kasifu Inuwa, however, insisted that UTAS had failed the necessary tests that should qualify to be used as a payment platform. Inuwa stated this when he fielded questions from the State House correspondent at the end of the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, presided by the Vice President Yemi Osibajo at the Council Chambers, Presidential Villa, Abuja on Wednesday. We'll take a commercial break now. Africa News after the break. True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners. Best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Dry cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you no sabi cook the banga, no go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
And now on the Africa scene, a contingent of 250 Ukrainian peacekeepers are to leave Eastern DRC and return to Ukraine. The announcement was made on Tuesday by the United Nations. A date is yet to be announced for the departure. The withdrawal will also include equipment and helicopters. Africa's top public health agency has agreed to a memorandum of understanding with Pfizer to bring supplies of the pharmaceutical firm's Paxlovid antiviral COVID-19 pills to the continent, its director said on Thursday. Data from mid to late stage study in November showed Paxlovid was nearly 90% effective in preventing hospitalizations and deaths compared to placebo in adults, a high risk of severe illness. John Kegasong, head of Africa Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, also said he was talking to Merck about obtaining supplies of the Molnupiravir COVID-19 pill, and a call was scheduled for this week about that. And after the foreign scene, Russia on Thursday shifted its stance over the bombing of a Ukrainian hospital in the city of Mariupol, with a mix of statements that varied between aggressive denials and a call to establish clear facts. Ukrainian president on Wednesday accused Russia of carrying out genocide after officials said Russia's aircraft had bombed the hospital, burying patients in the rubble, despite a ceasefire deal for people to flee the besieged city. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov asked for the comment on the immediate aftermath, said Russian forces do not fire on civilian targets, end of quote. On Thursday, he said Kremlin would look into the incident. Now, Russia's war in Ukraine entered the third week on Thursday with none of its state objectives reached, despite thousands of people killed, more than 2 million made refugees, and thousands cowering in besieged cities under relentless bombardment. The foreign ministers of Russia and Ukraine met on Thursday in Turkey, the highest level contact between the two countries since the war began on February 24. Ukraine's foreign minister said on the eve of his talks with Russian Sergei Lavrov that the expectations were low. Russian negotiator Leonid Slutsky said Moscow will not concede a single negotiating point. Now we'll link up with Michael Nat for more news stories. I am Margaret Opera. Thanks for watching.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Thank you, Margaret. Up next is Sport Business.
France football governing body Ligue de Football Professionnel announced it would sell a stake in marketing broadcast rights for Ligue 1 in 2021. Following the announcement, Silver Lake, Hellman and Friedman, Oaktree Capital and CVC Capital Partners have all submitted binding bids prior to Wednesday's deadline. BC Partners reportedly tried to team up with Oaktree, but the deal didn't materialize and BC Partners exited the bidding. The stake in the media rights, which would only be about 10% to 15%, is valued at $1.64 billion. In December, the league itself was valued between $10 billion and $14 billion, according to Sports Business Journal. The bids are the latest in a list of European leagues and teams looking to private equity funding to help with COVID-19 financial shortfalls. And still talking sports business at this hour, construction on the Carolina Panthers' new $800 million facility project has been paused, allegedly because the city of Rock Hill, South Carolina, is behind on its bills. GT Real Estate Holdings invested more than $170 million in the project so far, but its partners have been unable to contribute their agreed-upon investment to fund the construction of the public infrastructure. Rock Hill owes $225 million in infrastructure loans, according to WLTX 19 in Colombia. The town's city manager, however, said the city has met all financial obligations. In July 2020, construction began on the shiny new facility, which is slated to include not only new team headquarters but practice fields too. It was supposed to open in August 2020 and has been stalled not only by funding issues but also pandemic-related delays. It was rescheduled to open in 2023, but it's unclear when construction will continue. And that's it on sports business. Up next is entertainment business.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam. Amazon will get rights to blockbuster movies like James Bond and Legally Blonde, amongst others, when they win the European Union antitrust approval to purchase the US movie studio Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. MGM will be purchased by Amazon for $8.5 billion once EU gives its approval. If Amazon acquires the deal, it will receive the rights to 4,000 post-May 1986 movies and 7,000 shows, including James Bond, which is one of the most lucrative franchises in film history, that's earned nearly $7 billion at the box office globally. House of Gucci, which earned over $151 million globally. Legally Blonde, which earned over $125 million globally, amongst others. However, the deal will not include rights to studios classics like Gone to the Wind, as Turner and Warner Media holds 2,000 pre-May 1986 titles. This move was announced last May by Amazon as plans to strengthen its streaming service like its competing rivals like Netflix and Disney+. The EU is scheduled to decide on the deal by March 15th. And away from that, A24, the studio behind Moonlight and Uncut Gems, has gotten an equity investment of $225 million from Stripes, which will be used to expand the Moonlight and Euphoria outfits production and distribution. Stripes serves as the lead investor for the round, with the investment group holding less than 10% of the company, placing A24's valuation above $2.5 billion. Stripes founder Ken Fox will join A24's board. This equity marks the first raise for the company since initial seed funding by Eldridge, which remains a minority stakeholder. A24 has long been at the center of sales speculations as entertainment companies continue to gather hefty price tags. Kevin Mayer and Tom Stack's Kano Media acquired Reese Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine for $900 million and kids content giant Moonbug for $3 billion and also invested in Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's Westbrook Incorporated. And that's it on Entertainment Business. I am Chioma Amaribulam.
And those entertainment stories wrap up Business Now here on iBrandTV. Thanks for watching. I am Michael Nath. Bye for now.